7-ish of the NFL season. Method of the Madness.
Let's
I'm your
go.
host, Coog, joined by two co-hosts. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Sauce.
What's going on, Hangman? What's going on?
We are filming in the stew of our director, Hollywood. Shout out to Hollywood for hosting us.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you,
Shout
Hollywood.
out,
You know what it
shout out, shout
is.
out.
Yes, sir. Bang,
Hollywood,
bang.
yeah.
Big week of NFL games. This past week was pretty crazy, that Thursday night game. This first time we've actually filmed post Thursday night. Usually we talk about a Thursday night, make a prediction,
Yeah.
and it happens. This week we actually got to watch it. What do you guys think? It was Saints against the Arizona Cardinals. What do you guys think?
It was a good game, honestly. It was kind of cool to see Andy Dalton he had his best fantasy game since October of 2020, threw for 360 and 4 touchdowns. So it was kind of cool to see Andy Dalton kind of ball out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of cool
Yeah.
to see. But he also did throw 3 picks, 2 were pick sixes.
I will say, prior to this, Andy Dalton was 0 for 11 on Thursday night games.
Also, Kyler Murray was 0-8 in his last 8 home games.
Hey, Kyler Murray's still a dog, though, for
That
real.
is true. He
For
is.
real.
So it was kind of a scary game. I gotta be honest. Betting like either the Saints or the Cardinals are kind of scary.
No, it was. It definitely wasn't lopsided in terms of who
Yeah.
you're gonna bet pregame.
Exactly.
The difference in this, I think, was definitely the Cardinals D.
Yeah.
Huge turnout. Both of them picks. They took it. The Cardinals D scored twice,
Yeah.
which
For
ended
sure,
up being the
for
difference
sure.
in the game. So good for them.
I think D-Hop was a big
D-Hop.
time addition on defense.
You want to
Or on
talk about
offense, sorry.
targets? That was fucking crazy.
He
man.
had, what do you have, 14, 15 targets?
Everybody who stashed that guy on their fantasy team's laughing right now.
Yeah.
He's coming off suspension, no?
100%.
Yeah, he just came off suspension. So
PEDs.
if you got him in a late round draft pick, that was awesome for you.
For sure. The difference was that traditionally, from what I saw, because I watched the Cardinals play last year, and I had D-Up in fantasy last year, and he never played the slot.
Oh
Never
yeah.
played the slot. Where on Thursday, he played like the majority of his snaps in the slot. So I don't know if that was a matchup thing or like what was going on there, but he played a lot in the slot, and he was just able to get free. And he had 10 catches for 103 or something like that.
Something ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
I was just shocked by the amount of receptions. Like every ball, that back shoulder fade to him after not playing for however long. Him and
Yeah.
Kyler Murray haven't skipped a beat.
He's also he's the most sure-handed receiver in football.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, he can catch a ball.
Hey, man. I just
Exactly.
want to say, shout out D-Hop one time, though. You're a dog, for real. After suspension and before suspension.
After and before, we love you, D Hop.
For
We love
sure,
your
for
hair.
sure.
Keep that
Yes.
shit grown out. Let's talk about the Browns playing the Ravens. Browns are 6.5 point underdogs, and over unders 45. Any early predictions here?
Alec, what do you think about the game?
Hey, all I got to say is trust. You know what I'm saying?
Big trust.
Big trust.
I'm riding Lamar this week, man. Like, I'm a big fan of taking home favorites after a loss. Good coaching staff. You get Lamar, who arguably top 5 quarterback
Maybe
in
3.
football, top 3 maybe after Lamar or after Mahomes and Josh Allen.
Yep.
Like you're getting a good, well-coached team coming off a tough loss against the Giants, and they're playing a division game, easy game to get up for. I'm all over Ravens minus, was it 6.5?
6.5. Yeah.
I'm
6.5.
all over Ravens minus 6.5 at home too. Big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan.
I do like that spread. 6.5's big. The only thing I don't like in the AFC North's kind of a weird division.
It is.
A lot of headbanging, a lot of low scoring games.
A lot of unders. A lot of unders in the
unders.
AFC North actually.
45.5 could be a look.
Yeah.
I think the Ravens money line is a safe pick. I do agree. I think the Ravens are gonna win this.
I definitely like the under there. If I was a bet, I don't know if I would take the over the under there.
You betting, man?
I am, yes.
Okay.
I am, yes.
What-
But
what would you take then?
I'm for sure taking the Ravens.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the Ravens
With
by
the
6.5.
points?
I think so. I think the Ravens will win by a touchdown.
I think they could too. The thing that scares me, man, these divisional matchups in the AFC North, they're whack. They're
They
actually
are.
they're so freaking whack. That division especially because regardless of how good each team is, you really don't know what's gonna happen.
That's true.
Um,
I also like the under. I'd be honest with you. Like the more that I think about it, like the Browns are gonna run the football. I
Yeah.
think Nick Chubb
Big
is
time.
either the number 1 or number 2 fantasy running back in football.
That's a stretch.
He's
Right now.
according to points, according to fantasy points,
point wise,
he's number 1 or number
I
2.
think he's
It's
number
him,
2 right now.
It's him and Saquon. Number 1, number 2. So, and the Ravens are also going to run the football.
We
yes,
like to run.
you guys love
We
to run
distribute
football.
it more. We distribute the Ravens distribute the ball more.
I'm thinking like AFC North, like divisional matchup. I could see that, like kind of low scoring. I could see like Ravens win, like 24-13. I could see that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I could see that, or like 20-13.
I just wouldn't be surprised if Justin Tucker's the difference.
Cade York's pretty nasty though. He drilled the game winner week 1, first NFL game from over
Yeah.
50 yards.
Yeah,
But Justin Tucker's the best kicker in NFL history though.
Hands
Hands down.
hands down.
Not even close.
I think I would prefer if you're to be honest, if I'm a betting man, which I absolutely fucking am.
100%.
We all are.
100%.
Exactly. I'm making a 3-game parlay, and the
Okay.
Ravens money line is in my parlay. The
Yeah.
6.5 points. I don't know if I don't love it. I don't love it. If I had to bet on this game, I would take the 6.5. Don't love it. Money line, I think, is the most sure thing. But for all
It's
we
gonna
know,
be a
the Ravens
low-scoring
could.
game.
Yeah, it
It's
could
gonna
be low
scoring.
scoring.
So maybe
The
they
under's a
don't.
look.
Maybe they don't win by a touchdown. Maybe. I get that. I'm not a huge fan of the over. I don't see Cleveland scoring that many points in this game.
No.
I gotta be honest.
I think the Ravens defense is pretty sound outside of the fourth quarter. So we'll have to see. But yeah, either I'm saying Ravens 6.5, where I think we've all agreed on -6.5, or the money line,
Yeah.
possibly
sure.
the under, but the money line's definitely the safest pick
sure.
here. Let's move on to
Wait, hold on. I just got a quick thing.
yeah. Let me hear it.
You know, the Browns got a new mascot, eh?
We got a new mascot.
The Browns got a new mascot.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
This could change everything.
This could change.
Yeah, they got
everything.
a little leprechaun type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
like kind of like Notre Dame.
Yeah, kind of like
Oh,
Notre
I'm
Dame.
in on
You guys
that.
not know that?
I'm in on
I
that.
didn't know that.
Yeah, they got a little leprechaun in the middle of the field.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys watch the game, you'll know. Hey,
That's what's up. That's what's up.
what's up? Shout
Know
out to
what
the
I'm
Lions, though. You know what I'm saying?
They got a shot. Well, speaking of the Lions, we got the Lions facing off in Dallas.
How about
against the
them Cowboys? How about
Motor City, baby,
them
till I die.
Cowboys?
Motor City is looking good, but Cowboys are 6.5 point favorites. Over/unders 49 points right now. The Lions just coming off of a bye.
Okay.
How do we feel about that? 6.5 points. We just talked about how 6.5 can be a lot.
It is a lot. It's a touchdown though.
It's a touchdown, but all these the math works in football. Come down to 4 points, 3 points.
Yeah.
Field goals are a part of the game. Where do you guys want to go on this, man? I don't know if I like this game that much either. It's a big game.
It is.
But anytime the Cowboys play, it feels like it's a big game.
But you got to think. Who's coming back this week?
Big Dak.
Who's coming back this week?
Is Big Dak... So Jerry Jones last week was talking about, do we need that extra push? Do we need that extra spark? When talking about Cooper, obviously referring to Dak. Is he? You guys think he's that extra push?
What do you think?
Honestly, I got biased. Like, I love the Lions. I love them since 2014. They're my team. I ride with them.
I'm a big fan of Dak. I think people think like when I say Dak makes that offense more explosive, people think that I'm thinking Dak's going to go out and throw the ball 45 times a game. I'm not saying that. If you watched the Sunday Night Football game last week with Philly and Dallas, there are some throws that I think Dak can make that Cooper Rush can't.
Yep.
For example, Cooper Rush's third pick. He had CD wide open on the left sideline, but Cooper Rush was kind of getting hit as he threw it, didn't have enough on it to kind of drive it in there for the completion. Whereas I think Dak is able to get rid of that ball earlier since he's a more experienced quarterback. Also has a bit better arm strength than Cooper Rush as well. So I think Dak's able to make that throw. And that's a completion instead of an interception. So, like, when I say more explosive, don't think I'm saying, you know what, Cooper Rush, when he was in quarterback, the Cowboys ran it 55% or 60% and threw it 45%. Don't think those numbers are going to change that much. Might say more explosive. I just think Cooper Rush is able to take less shots down the field and was more safe, where
Yep.
Dak is more talented than Cooper Rush. He's a starting quarterback, got paid $40 million a year. He's able to make more throws than Cooper Rush can.
That's where I'm thinking you're hitting the nail on the head. Obviously, Dak's more talented than Coop. But my thing is that I feel as though Cooper Rush, especially in the games you guys were winning, the Cowboys were winning, the reason you guys were doing so well was he understood his role, right? He's not taking big shots down the field. He understands that, you know what? Take what they give me. I'm winning this game because of Micah and the rest of the D.
That defense might be the top 5 defense in the NFL.
Yeah, no, I think
Sidebar
it's
as
1,000% top five. But I think Dak has way more leeway, big ass contract, all the TV commercials, all that bullshit. Dak has way more leeway and way more freedom to take those shots,
Yeah.
to be that dude.
I think, but he's more dynamic. He's more talented than Cooper Rush is. Also,
100%.
kind of written back to what we said earlier about Cooper Rush or Zeke. Like, they have to lean on the run game too, though. Like,
Yeah, they do.
The Cowboys, if the Cowboys are ever going to win games, they have to run the football. Like, I saw a stat, and it was Dak has like an 80 or 85% win percentage when they run the ball 30 times.
I believe that.
Like, they
I
need to
believe that.
lean on the run. Like, the run game has to be their bread and butter, and then they need to be able to run play action, and then run plays off of that. Whether it's in double tight, under center, eye backs, and then run play action off of that. So people think, oh, 1st and 10, they're in double tight eye backs where they're running the football.
Yep.
Then you have play action. You have CeeDee Lamb 1-on-1 with a corner on the outside.
Well,
And CeeDee Lamb's your number one receiver. He's got to win that matchup.
that's what I'm saying.
I'm okay feeding him there.
It's been tougher for CD, I think, since Amari left.
I agree.
1,000%. I think that's
Yeah.
noticeable.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys, especially when they found success the last couple of years, I feel like it was definitely because, like you were saying, the run game.
It's off the run game. It's
but
off
it's a big
play
dicking.
action.
It's a big dick kind of run game, man. It's like just chunks and chunks and chunks, and I don't know if the offensive line is what it used to be.
It isn't, but they still got Zach
Yeah.
Martin. Zach Martin has more Pro Bowls than holding calls.
No, I think Zach Martin.
If you run behind Zach
absolutely-
Martin, when on Zeke's touchdown run last week, Terrence Steele, starting right tackle for the Dallas Cowboys, made Fletcher Cox look like a high school D tackle.
but
He bullied him, and Fletcher Cox had no idea where the ball was.
that I agree, but that is one guy, and as a whole unit, it's not what it used to be. But on the other side of the ball, DeAndre Swift is back. Sauce. I know you gotta love D Swift.
Hey man, he's a dog. For
He's a
real.
dog, and is that a difference maker? I think it could be.
Honestly, you guys been talking a lot of numbers, but at the end of the day, it's all about the feeling, you know. I think the Detroit Lions had the best. Honestly, I swear to God, best Hard Knocks series of all time.
I think that's undisputed.
Undisputed. Best Hard
Cowboys
Knocks.
were last year.
There's been some
I'm a Cowboys fan. I would say the Lions is better.
2000
say that.
Ravens or 2001, whatever that was. Tony Siragusa, Shannon Sharp. There's some personalities on that team.
I mean, there's some personalities in the Detroit Lions.
Ray
there,
Lewis.
there is.
Hey, and based off that one fact, that the Hard Knocks of the Detroit Lions were one of the best series of all
No,
time.
they had the
I
number.
think-
They had the number
I
one
think they're
offense.
winning. Yes, I think they're winning.
No, I'll be honest. The Detroit Lions had the number one offense in the
They're
NFL
dogs, man. They're
as
dogs.
of at the end of Week 4. But then Amon-Ra got hurt, and
D
then
Swift got hurt at the same time.
they both got hurt. So
at the
they're
end of
both
the day-
back this week. So it's gonna be tough.
Dynamic
I'll be
guys.
honest. Amon-Ra's back this week, coming off a bye. Swift probably back this week. Like, is a
But-
tough
and
matchup
who's
for the
covering
Cowboys.
Amon Ra though? That bum ass fucking Trayvon.
What you
Don't
mean,
say bum-ass
bum-ass?
Trayvon.
Bum ass Trayvon.
Don't
You're-
say
you're
bum
lying,
ass
so What do you
Trayvon.
mean? What are you saying?
Don't
You
say
want
bum ass
Amon Ra to
Trayvon.
top off on him.
Don't say bum ass
but,
Trayvon.
chill out with the,
I think
Don't
Amon
say
Ra
bum ass
is gonna
Trayvon.
torch him.
put some respect on his name.
But
Don't say bum ass Trayvon.
the thing when I
No,
think
no,
about
no,
the Cowboys,
Don't slander Trayvon Diggs' name. You can't do that.
there's no way you're defending Trayvon.
He a
right
munch,
now.
bro. He a
Not
munch.
live in 4K. You're gonna defend
hey,
Trayvon.
even
Diggs.
Hollywood
I
knows
will,
he's a munch, bro.
I will do
He a
this.
munch, bro.
I will post this on Twitter.
He a
and if
munch.
5 million people saw it, I will back up Trayvon Diggs.
Bro, I don't know nothing about football, but he a munch.
Hey, I agree.
Alright.
Trayvon's
when
a
did he
munch.
get munched? When?
He a munch.
When?
You know what munch is?
I don't know munch.
Then
What's munch?
Google that then.
I will. I will.
That's
Listen.
Ice Spice what munch is. Google that.
I'm gonna say right now, off the record, Trayvon Diggs is a poor man's Marcus Peters.
Dude, don't even
I said
say
it.
that.
I said it.
Don't say that.
I just did.
Marcus Peters is like, he's a scheme corner. That guy plays zone coverage. He will never cover in the NFL man to man. He never does.
He has.
Everyone
coverage
who's
in
not
the NFL
online
he plays-
is a munch. Like if you're not online, you're a munch.
So Jeff Okuda.
Munch. Wait, he played for the
He
Lions?
plays for the
That
Lions.
guy.
Hey, he tricked me. He tricked me.
Listen, okay. Because of these reasons, I think it's undisputable. For me personally,
I'm riding with my boys.
I like the Lions plus 6.5.
Yes,
Yes,
no.
Jared Goff
No.
is gonna shock the world. He's gonna ruin Dak's coming home party. He's gonna shit on Trayvon Diggs.
You're
with
going
Amon
to the
Ra.
big D.
And let me tell you,
You're going
we're
to
not
Cherry
worried
World.
about that fucking pass rush because we got DeAndre Swift leaking out of the backfield, catching
You
straight
don't
passes.
realize-
I'll tell you right now.
Big time yardage.
All
Yes,
you have to
sir.
realize-
CD a munch. Dak a munch. Everyone else a munch.
Munch, munch, munch,
We
munch,
have the
munch.
best defensive player in football. I said it. It's on camera. I said it. We're live. Micah Parsons, best defensive player in football.
Hey, it's not America's team. It's a munch team.
No.
Stupid.
Micah Parsons is going to eat Jared Goff on Sunday.
That remains to be seen. Well,
If there's an over-under for sacks
Micah
on
Parsons,
Micah Parsons, I would
munch.
bet that.
Munch.
Who is blocking number 11 for the Cowboys?
Munch.
listen, man, that's one man. We'll scheme
That's all we
around
need.
him.
That's all we need.
But you guys have
That's
a
all
good
we need.
pass rush. The
That's all we
Cowboys
need.
have a good pass rush, but regardless of the fact, I like the Lions plus 6.5. I don't think Dak's gonna hit the ground running. I think Dak's gonna struggle. And the thing is that Shitty, he's on my fantasy team. I have to start him. I'm gonna live with it. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna be 3-3 or 4-3.
Eat it like a
whatever
munch.
the fuck this is. KC versus the Niners.
That's a weird game. I
In
gotta be
San
honest.
Fran. Well,
It's a
it's
weird game.
It's a pick'em. It's Casey's 1 point favorites. Rightfully so, I think. I think Casey should be.
Mm-hmm.
San Fran just got CMC. I'll tell you right now, everybody's saying, is he gonna play? Is he gonna play? Fuck yes, he's gonna play. They're gonna find a way to work him in. Kyle Shanahan, from the second he made this trade, was rubbing it to the idea that
Licking his wounds.
of all the ways he can find a way to use CMC, and I guarantee he's going to use them. You think, I'll tell you right now, if you're a Debo owner, don't worry, but Debo's not getting touches in the backfield anymore. Debo's
I
days in
think
the
he still
backfield are
is.
done.
I think they're going to go split backs. I think it's going to be Jimmy G and shotgun with CMC on his right and Debo on his left. And you know what? The defense, you got to pick. You got to
I
pick.
disagree. San Fran likes to ground and pound, but I see them, especially on the passing downs, obviously, but they're going to spread everybody out. CMC out of the backfield is going to be a demon.
I agree.
Debo's still going to get his targets, still getting his receptions because you know how Jimmy G is. I also really like Ayuk.
Check
Fuck
down
with him.
Charlie.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
What do you guys think of Elijah Mitchell?
Elijah Mitchell.
What's happening with
I'm
him?
not gonna lie. If you have him, his value. took a
I
hit this
would
week.
drop him the
Drop
second you watch this video. Like literally the second you watch
Hey.
this video.
If you got Elijah Mitchell, he a munch.
Yeah.
I'm telling you
much.
right now, if
He
you can get
much.
him for some trade bait, use it. I could see him still being used. If anything, if we're talking split backs, anything, I think Elijah Mitchell's more involved with
So you
CMC
think they're
than
going to line
Debo
up
is.
Debo in the slot or
Yes.
at receiver?
Yes.
And it's going to be Elijah Mitchell and CMC in the backfield?
I'm saying if they're gonna go split backs, that's the situation. That's the scenario I see.
I think max. So like people take like fantasy based off volume,
yeah,
and I
100%.
don't. And
Because that's the only
if-
consistent. That's the only thing you can really base.
exactly,
consistency
I
on.
agree. I
too much
100%
human
like
error in-
golf volume. Like Saquon Barkley has 130 touches, and the next guy in the Giants has 18.
Mm-hmm.
So Saquon's your guy, right? Like you're going off volume.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Elijah Mitchell is going to see the volume
Agreed.
to be relevant in fantasy.
No, I agree with that.
I don't think so.
I don't think you want. I don't. If you're an Elijah Mitchell owner right now, are you an Elijah Mitchell owner? Just
I
be
am.
honest. Yeah.
No comment.
So
I
you got
am.
a couple Elijah Mitchell owners.
I am.
I wouldn't be happy. I'm sure you guys
I'm
aren't
mad.
happy.
I'm mad. I'm mad.
All right, so
I don't
let
like
me
the
know,
trade.
What type of guy is gonna trade for Elijah Mitchell then?
Nobody's
that-
trading. Nobody's gonna go out of their way to
Is he
trade.
droppable then?
People that
Elijah
don't watch his
Mitchell
podcast will trade for Elijah Mitchell.
If you
Not
have
they.
Elijah Mitchell, you're offering those guys in your league those 3-for-2 trades.
Yeah.
Where you're getting upgrading Elijah Mitchell's like the extra little sprinkle of a name
You
that
just
might
kinda,
make the difference to
Salt Bae.
lean
Little
him that
Salt Bae.
way.
like just kind of sprinkle it in
You're
there.
going to like a
Let's
little
talk-
bit of
yeah,
that.
exactly,
A little bit of that.
Exactly.
He's not gonna be the headliner of the trade where you're like, oh man, I'm getting Elijah. No, he's like the extra sprinkle in guy to get what you want as an upgrade at whatever position.
Is he gonna be? Will Elijah Mitchell score a touchdown the rest of the year? You think so? Because Miles
could.
Sanders went an entire season without scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, okay. That Eagles team was different though, and especially the Eagles now. Jalen Hurts in the red zone.
Do you think Elijah Mitchell scores a touchdown the rest of the season?
I think yeah, 100. I think
100%.
I think he'll for sure score a touchdown.
Okay.
If it was plus 500 odds,
For him to score a touchdown.
no,
at
for
some
him
point,
not to score a touchdown the rest of the season,
I
you
would
take
not
it?
take it. No, I think he's gonna score a
I
touchdown.
would take it. I think.
Dude, if you just look at the sheer volume of or the sheer amount teams are running with that like back by committee, and I know, like
No,
the
that's
thing
true.
is, San Fran's now inheriting a bit of a contract.
It's backed by committee, yes,
CMC.
but
But if anything,
But
that makes you want to preserve him even
you're
more.
getting run CMC.
But CMC, so he's so much more dynamic than any back. I think CMC's awesome.
Yeah,
Especially in the
So,
pass
I think it's
game.
gonna be tough. I think it's gonna be tough for Elijah Mitchell to be relevant in fantasy.
Do you guys really
He's not
think
the guy.
that Mitchell's a munch? Yes or no?
Yes,
It's a yes or no question.
yes,
Is he a munch?
most definitely.
Yes.
Okay.
And not by his own fault.
So he's a munch, but he's gonna score a touchdown the rest of the season.
He'll score a touchdown, yeah. But it doesn't take a Hall of Famer to score a touchdown. Really, you see no name score touchdowns every week.
That is true. That is
Anybody
true.
can score not anybody.
The guy
but
from the guy from the Saints.
There's
2
no
touchdowns
reason
on
that
those
he
first 2
can't
touches.
score a touchdown.
That is true. That is
Yeah.
true. That is true. That
So
is true.
it's not like scoring a
is true.
touchdown's the end all be all. Will he surpass 15 fantasy points on the year?
Uh,
I don't know.
I would,
I wouldn't bet on that.
if I had to bet on that, I would put my life savings on the under.
He's a bench
sure.
from here on out.
100%. 100%.
But the remainder of the fact is, you guys, it's a pick 'em. It truly is a pick 'em. What are you guys going with? Your San Fran or the Chiefs?
Honestly, like
Fuck San Fran.
I've talked to people, like it's been weird this year. Like if you look at a lot of the games, like in a lot of the games, the better defense has won. If you go
Okay.
back and think about it, go back and think about a lot of the big games.
Nick Bosa, you're
The
a munch.
better defense has won that game. Like, for example, this past Thursday night, the Saints and the Cardinals. Who had the better defense that night?
That night, yeah. But I don't know. I don't know. I'd argue the Broncos have a really good defense. I'd
That
argue
is true.
Sertain's pretty outstanding. Broncos been losing games.
I would
Alright,
agree.
Do you ride for
But-
the Broncos then?
I don't ride.
But,
I do not ride for the
However,
Broncos.
if you look at that
That's not
Chargers
right,
game, the Chargers I think they had 5 sacks that game.
yeah, but at a certain point, is it poor offense or is it good defense?
That's true. That's true.
So
I think Drew Tranquil had 0 sacks on the season, and he had 2 in that game. Which
Yeah.
I think the way that I'm, because like before in the NFL, it's like if you were gonna bet on a game,
Yes, yeah.
you're gonna bet on who do you think
4
is
a.m.
gonna be the best quarterback.
in which
Right?
game so you're saying
And
the
no,
Chiefs
in
with the
the,
Niners?
in the past, who do you think is gonna be the best quarterback? Right?
Between who?
Like in general, like if you're gonna bet on the game, the better quarterback wins that game. Let's say 80% of the time.
Shout out John Elway.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
In previous years,
Like how far are we talking though?
in the past, let's say
Like John
3
Elway
years.
type-
No, like 3 to 5 years.
Like
3
Joe
to 5
Montana.
Like 3 to 5 years. Like think about it. Think about it this way. If you had a game
Okay.
and a quarterback has 2 timeouts, 2-minute warning on their own 25, how many times do you think they converted that field goal or scored a touchdown.
That's
to
if
either
the game's coming down
force
to that.
overtime.
That's if the game's coming down to a 2-minute drive. That doesn't always happen. The
But
2000
think-
Ravens
but-
won a
Yeah.
Super Bowl with
Shout out
Trent
Matt
Dilfer.
Stafford one
But
time.
think
bro.
about-
That's the first time a quarterback's ever been dropped or
And
released.
What I'm
after
saying
a
is that
Super
what
Bowl.
I'm saying is that in the past, it's been the best quarterback to win the games. Now, I think
in those
Stafford.
situations,
it's the best defense.
Oh, facts.
So I think in this game, honestly, I think I would ride with the Niners.
Yeah, how about the Detroit Lions? They had Matt
low
Stafford.
key. I hate
They
betting
had Matt
against.
Stafford. They're losing.
That is true.
Yeah,
Come
That
on.
is true.
Come on. Matt Stafford, a dog.
Matt
But
Stafford
they
is
still
a
losing.
dog, but I hate betting against. I really do hate betting against Patty.
So that's the thing. That's what I'm saying is that, while like think about the Rams Cowboys game 2 weeks ago,
Yeah,
like it coming into that game, who had a better defense? Who had a more hyped up defense? Rams or the Cowboys?
the Cowboys, but
And the Cowboys won.
it's not always about like.
Buffalo played KC last week.
How did you guys not beat the Eagles? I think the Eagles have a good defense. Very good.
I think the Eagles have like a sneaky top 5 defense. in
I
football.
agree, but would you not agree that the Cowboys defense is better?
Honestly, I'm a Cowboys fan. I don't think so.
I don't know.
I think personally, not so much a hot take. I think the
If you
Eagles,
think about how much the Cowboys D's on the field constantly, I'm not trying to like just use this tear down Cooper Rush. But the amount of times your offense doesn't generate since you've had Coop, which has been like the first.
we don't
much-
score a lot of points, Cooper Rush.
You don't. Every game you've won has because the opposing team scored under 17 points or 10
The
points.
Cowboys, the first time they gave up more than 20 points a game,
You guys are getting scoop and
was
scores
against
and all this
Philly.
bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. I think
I'm just I
in that
and that's a
Philly, if you're
separate
going to take the
argument,
Philly
but-
Dallas game into what I was saying, I think Philly has a better defense than Dallas. I think Philly might have the best secondary in football. They have big play Slay, and they have Bradbury on the
Slay.
other corner.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
I think they're both disgusting. I think they're both top 10, maybe top 20 corners in the league, and they're on the same team. And then you get Gardner Johnson in there from the Saints. Disgusting.
Fouls.
Nasty.
Yeah.
And then their front seven's good too.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just here so I don't get fined. But like, I'm not a numbers guy, you know.
Spin.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm not a numbers guy. I like football. I like watching football, but I don't like the Eagles. Number one reason why, one of my good friends, Jordan, loves the Eagles. Fuck the
Good
Eagles,
guy.
man.
Fuck the Eagles.
Fuck the Eagles, bro. Come on,
Fuck the
man.
I
Eagles. Y'all are
agree,
doing way
100%.
too good right now.
Hey, but yo,
Yes.
shout out Jordan though. You're a good guy, bro.
100%. Eagles look like shit in that playoff game last year.
And for
I
this
agree.
reason, I think, especially post trade hype, I'm taking the Niners. Niners +1.
I
Actually,
think the
fuck that.
Niners
I'm
are-
taking the money line. Fuck a +1. I'm taking the money line.
Hey,
that
yo.
doesn't mean shit. Take what are
I
the
think
odds?
the Eagles are the pick there. Or sorry, I think the Niners are the pick there. Sorry.
2-1 odds. I'm taking the Niners.
Like-
That's good value. I think the Niners pull it off. Boza's about to eat.
I think personally, I think that everybody is going to be on the Chiefs because I think everybody thinks the Chiefs are the way better team, and me personally, I like to go
Against
opposite
Vegas.
of what everybody else is betting.
The public.
Exactly, whatever the public's betting, or whatever I think the public's betting, I want to go the opposite direction.
I just want to say, like, real quick, Mario's on Instagram.
Yo, right quick. I was about to pull up the Q&As because that's what's next. My phone
100%.
just died. All right.
Hold up. Before we move on, I just want to point out, Mario, do you realize you got like crumbs all over your beard and whatnot?
Dude, do I actually have crumbs on my beard? Hollywood, do I have crumbs on my beard? Did makeup not get that?
Yeah, makeup must have missed that. Yeah, there you go.
Am I looking good now? Okay.
Hey, the whole
thank you.
podcast, you had that.
We were having some chips in the pre-pod. You know what it is. Like, we got to get moving here.
Hang man.
Wait, I got one question for the fans though.
Yeah?
Why are you a Ravens fan and why are you a Cowboys fan?
Oh,
You know what? I get this. I
it was
get
a
this.
nice one. I like that.
I think everybody, you're either born into your team
Mm-hmm.
or you choose your team based off your favorite player.
So your guy's Ray.
It's
gotta be.
As a pubescent,
52.
Yo, Hollywood, word check.
PBS, huh?
Pubescent.
As a prepubescent boy,
PBB.
watch a bunch of Sunday Night Football. Ray Lewis. They would show the Ray Lewis
Who you
pregame
watching Sunday Night
speeches.
Football with?
My fam.
Yeah, with Daddy.
Yeah, with Dad. You know, he's never
Go
a huge
Biage.
football guy, but Biage would put it on.
That's a guy. That's a goat. That's a goat.
Saw Ray Lewis pregame hype speech. I'm like, wow, that's the guy. Why are you a Cowboys fan there, Hangman?
I'll be honest with you, man. Like, I got brainwashed at birth. Mm-hmm.
Born
Like,
into
my
it?
dad, huge Cowboys fan. Like, dates back to like Roger Staubach, Tony Dorsett, Drew Pearson, and then his younger brother, my Zio Mike, huge Cowboys fan too. And then my older brother kind of got born into it as well. And then when I was born, it was basically like, you're a Cowboys fan or you don't watch football. Because the Cowboys were on every Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Every single Sunday. How'd you become a Lions fan?
It's a good story, actually. This is going to go on record, obviously, hopefully. Well, grade 10, grade 11, my first year is playing football, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my QB1, actually, before games, we used to play on our teachers. Our teacher actually had like a PS2 or PS1 or whatever. He had Madden on it. And that was the year that the Lions went 0-16 or whatever, right? And me and my QB1, I'm like, all right, let's play some games. Like before our real game, our real football game. I was like, okay. And
This is
he's like,
AC, right?
yeah, it's my boy.
AC?
Yeah, it's my boy AC.
AC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's
He's
what's
my
up. That's what's
QB1.
up. That's what's up.
Yeah. So he's a big Patriots guy. So he picked Patriots and I picked the Lions because they went 0-16. I just had to pick
Have
the
to.
underdog, you know?
Yeah.
You always gotta pick the underdog, right? No, underdog. It's underdog story type of thing. And that day, I beat the Patriots with the 0-16 Lions on the PS1 in Mr. Scott's room. And that's on record. I swear to God, don't ever fucking at me.
Yeah.
Don't doubt me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's
And then, I
up.
swear to God, we won the football game, the real football game. And that's it. That's the story. And I'm Detroit till I die. Motor City till I die.
That's a hard fucking story.
Yeah.
I like that. That's what's up.
Detroit versus everyone. That's it.
You guys have
That's what's
Megatron? Was Megatron on the
Yes,
team?
Megatron was on that team, and we went 1-16. Swear to God, and Matt Stafford too.
That's hard as
That's
fuck.
what's up.
That's
That's
hard
what's
as
up.
fuck.
Hey,
Nate
you know,
Burleson days.
come on, that's
Those
what's
are
up,
Nate
though.
Burleson days, man.
Hey, shout out Hollywood though. One time.
Going on to the last bit here. Let's get into the Q&As.
Okay, what do you got?
We only got a couple questions this week. I'll tell you right now, if you're watching at home, it's 4 a.m. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's late.
We don't record this late. Things happen. As you can tell, I'll get this out of the way right now. Mav's not here.
Yeah.
He's actually in the room behind us, knocked out. Couldn't handle his liquor. We don't usually get liquored up. I'll tell you that. We're very responsible about our podcasts. Today was a little different. You know, we wanted to celebrate on a Friday. We're happy with how the podcast is going. So, you know, once in every few months, we do one of these podcasts.
You get after a little bit.
You get after
Kind
it.
of have to. You have to. You
different,
cut it loose.
different.
Different.
Cut it loose.
You could probably find the same kind of when we did this last year. Hollywood, I'm gonna be honest, your phone locked again. I'm sorry, it's on me. But it's 4 a.m. You know, a little tired, so we only got a couple questions here, but we'll get through them. First one from Matteo Trigiano, longtime fan, Slider. He asks thoughts on Christian McCaffrey.
I'm a big fan.
Injury prone. Injury prone.
Does he get hurt in San Fran?
That's a tough thing to say because like her getting hurt's like a bad luck kind of thing. You know what I mean?
It is.
It is, but like, as far as fantasy wise, like obviously, like it's run CMC. You're gonna start him every week. You're starting him every week. If you're benching Christian McCaffrey when he's healthy,
You're fucking crazy.
you're stupid. Like you're stupid. I think that like teams now, like when you game plan for the Niners compared to the Panthers, like you can't just key on McCaffrey.
It's true.
You can't like when he was on the Panthers, it was like.
That whole
The
offense
only
ran
way
through
the
him,
Panthers beat us is if McCaffrey goes off for 200 and 2 or 3 touchdowns. Only way. Now you got McCaffrey, Debo, Kittle, Brandon Ayuk. Like you got weapons.
Weapons, yeah.
You got
Yeah.
weapons.
Facts.
Elijah Mitchell, awful.
Munch.
But hey, Elijah
got
Mitchell does have
weapons,
some
though.
value if in the
Knock on wood.
CMC were to get hurt. Hopefully he does not. I wish that upon no one. Yeah, I like CMC too.
I'm a big fan. I think
Personally. Shanahan's gonna find good ways to use him. Maybe not this week.
the guy's the most like the way he schemes runs is like better than anybody else in the NFL. Like I think
Greg Roman's the
McCaffrey's
best.
like explosive plays are gonna go through the roof. Like before with the Panthers, like it was hard for him to have explosive plays because you had 11 guys keyed on one guy. But you can't do that with the Niners. It's like, okay, fine, key on McCaffrey. Here's Debo. Okay, fine. Key on the run game with Debo and McCaffrey. Okay, fine. Here's Kittle for 12 catches.
There's definitely more weapons on the Niners. 100%. 100%.
You can't key on the run or the pass. I don't care if you have Jimmy G or if you have Stevie Wonder playing quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Speaking of Stevie Wonder, I want to transition to our next question.
It's from the dime.
This is actually from Christina Boards. She wanted.
How you doing?
How you doing, Christina
What's
Boards?
up?
How you doing?
Sports.
Hey, speaking of Stevie Wonder, we want to wonder what her question was. We wonder what we think of Christina Boards out of 10. So
Like a rating out of 10?
yeah, rating out of 10 for Christina.
Honestly, I gotta be. Mayor, what do you think?
Be honest.
12.
I was gonna say hard 10.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say 0. I got a girl. You know, I'm loyal to her. Hey, Christina Boards, I don't think of you like that, but you're like, I appreciate your beauty and the way you are. But to me, you're a 0.
We don't bring guys who ain't loyal on this podcast.
So are we
Just
saying
know.
0 and 1s or 0 and 10s?
0 straight up. That's just
Wow,
it. That's just
tough.
it for me.
Tough crowd.
Hey, that's
Tough
just
crowd.
it.
Like slam dunk contest, she gets a 0.
Hey, if you're my girl, every other girl's a 0. Facts.
That's what's up. That's what's,
What's
up.
up?
All right.
What's up?
And I'm taking the over every single time.
Points.
Final question comes from Steph Oberkfeld. Big, long time fan of the pod.
Yeah.
Always asking a question every single week. We appreciate you.
Yes.
If you want to ask a question every week, we put the story up on either a Monday or a Friday. Get in there. He asks, mostly Monday. He asks, would you rather be half your height or double your weight? I'll start off with you, Sauce. What do you think? So, first of all, how much, what's your height?
5'10",
What's your weight?
170.
All right. Give it to me.
I'll be double my size. Is that an option?
Then you can double your height.
All right, I'll be 10, 14. Let's go. 11'2". I'll be 11'2".
Divide by
11-2.
pi.
Hey man, I'll be 11'2".
Would not everyone choose to be essentially the Shaq? I could do way better than Shaq if I was 11'2".
I would go. So you said it was double your weight or half your height.
Or was it half the height?
It's half your height.
Oh, half my head.
Oh, fuck that.
It's half your height.
Fuck, we read this wrong, dude.
Yeah, I'm 1,000% going half my
it?
height.
Why would you go half your height though? How tall are
I'm
you?
like-
How tall are you? How tall
I'm
are you?
like 6 feet.
Okay, so
or
you'd be
6'1".
You'd be 3.
I'm like 6 feet,
3.5.
6'1", and I'm like 215, 220.
Okay.
So there is no shot in hell I'm going to be
400.
440 pounds.
But you'd be 6 feet though.
But I'd be 6 feet 440. I literally could move off the couch.
Okay.
But
Like, do I move off?
so
off the couch?
you'd be 3 feet 200. It's the same thing.
Have you watched Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yeah.
The Zoompa Loompas, look, they're having a good time.
But they're not 200 pounds, my guy.
They're 3 feet,
That's true.
so I'd be half my height.
That's true.
I could easily be an Oompa Loompa in Charlie's Chocolate Factory.
Hey.
I think.
I just want to say one time, thank you, Stefan, for the question. And you've been a fan for a long time.
Yes.
I also been a fan for a long time. And I
Same.
got the opportunity to be on this podcast. So I just want to shout out to Hollywood. Shout out to the Wolf. Is that
Shout
it?
out Ponto.
Shout out, yeah.
Yeah,
The Wolf,
exactly.
yeah.
The Wolf Man.
The Wolf Man. Shout out to my mom, my dad.
Shout out Mav. Shout out Kook for having us on.
Shout out Mav. Shout out Koo.
Yes.
Hey, shout out Turn. Helping my fantasy team grow. Like, we in this together, bro. We ride.
Yeah. Broncos
Let's
country. Broncos country.
Fucking ride.
Let's ride.
Let's
Well, thank you all. I'm Mav.
I'm Sauce.
I'm Hangman.
This has been Method to the Madness. Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
You already know
Absolute
it's
pleasure.
always mad.
What's up?
Yeah.
Thank you.